What's up, everybody? Sid and Millie back with another kind of random topic slash TV show review.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, Millie, what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to be talking about a classic show called Scrubs. Yeah, Scrubs. Scrubs. They came out with a new season this year, and it just wrapped up this maybe last week or something.
Yeah,
And yeah, we
15th
just
or whatever.
and we just got caught up last night and watched the last like 3 episodes or something like
Yeah, I
that.
think it was the last three for us.
So yeah, we're just gonna chat about the season and yeah, a little bit about Scrubs and all that good stuff. So Sid, tell me, I guess, because had you watched Scrubs before I rewatched it with you?
Mm-mm.
You hadn't. That was your first time going
Yeah.
through. Okay. So yeah, tell me a little bit about what it was like watching like the OG original Scrubs like for the first time.
It's a great show. It's like very hospital-esque show. So if you're not into that sort of thing, but this is more of like a comedy. Like not as much of a drama, like a comedy drama.
It's like
if
comedy.
You will.
Yeah.
So I really like that aspect. They have a lot of like really good friendships and really good like character development throughout the show.
Definitely.
And yeah, so
yeah,
anyway,
just like just like the laughs. Yeah, it's just like a really classic show. So I watched probably the original Scrubs maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 times now, and rewatched it with you, and it was like so cool because it had been like probably a good couple of years since I had rewatched it when we rewatched it. So I really got like a really fresh perspective on it. You know, just watching it like more as an adult and more into like the real world now, like have worked a little bit of my own now, so could relate more to some of those other elements as well.
Like what were you thinking?
Just like how gassed people were. I mean, obviously not comparing like a 9 to 5 to like hospital work per se, but yeah, just like feeling tired after a long days of work. You know, people can relate to that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
And so yeah, basically just like a really classic show, great show. I watched it originally like with my older brothers, so
really cool. Okay,
it was cool. Yeah, like back then, getting to watch it, a lot of nostalgia around like the original show.
Cool, really cool.
Yeah.
So then I know we watched the like university adoption as well, which was like the first spin-off they did of Scrubs.
Right, I had never seen that.
Yeah, we watched
I had
that
never.
one
That was interesting. Like the like university.
Yeah, and obviously that did not go on for more than the first season. I think. So,
but I mean, we kind of talked about this last night. Like Scrubs, we felt like is a show that could have been like 9-10 seasons, just like a Grey's.
Yeah, like they could have still been pumping out episodes in the hospital.
I feel
maybe I wonder if any of it had to do with the actors like wanting to go and do like separate
other
things, because I feel like with certain shows like Grey's Anatomy, like you said, like people get kind of like put in a box when they're doing a really long-standing show like that. And so I feel like I wonder if that had anything to play into why they didn't continue the show.
Yeah. And to your point, the actor, I know JD, he's like, I think he's into like film producing, especially like smaller films.
Yeah, he does a lot of like indie films as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. So definitely I can imagine he was probably pretty busy with that stuff, and I'm sure real life stuff happened as well. But yeah, just such a great show, such a nostalgic show, and such like a classic.
Yes.
And yeah, so now I feel like let's get into the new season. So the new season that dropped this year, it was 9 episodes.
Yeah,
9 total episodes.
Yeah, which I know we thought was a weird number. We were like,
when's the next episode?
But it did give season finale.
It did.
last episode.
Yeah, that's true. True.
But yeah, they obviously started with. Well, if you haven't seen the new season, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. If you haven't seen the new season of Scrubs, obviously this is your time to judge.
Yeah. But they started with JD was doing like independent doctor work.
Yeah,
so
like
he wasn't working.
Doctor.
Yeah, like private.
Neighborhood
so he
pharmacist.
wasn't working at the hospital anymore.
Right.
But like Turk, Elliot, Todd.
Yeah.
And Dr. Cox were all still at the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm forgetting anyone, but those 4.
Carla.
Yes. Carla was also still at the hospital. So, they obviously like started with him kind of separate from everyone else.
Right. And then had the whole like bringing him back to become the chief of medicine as like Dr. Cox was stepping away. And yeah, I thought that was like a really cool element how they essentially they kept like the old cast together. We were a little disappointed, obviously, to like lose Dr. Cox so early in the season. But just because he's such like a classic character and was so integral to the original show.
But he was also having like such a hard time.
I know.
I'm gonna need you to.
I know, the HR lady. Nah, that HR. She just pops up out of nowhere. Yeah. So basically,
he had a hard time with that.
Yeah, I think like they showed like a generational switch, clearly with like Dr. Cox being the old school hard ass teacher who was really hard on his interns, and now in this new age of doctors and social media and all of these other elements, you essentially weren't able to teach in that same way and have that same like
harshness.
Yeah, that he had with JD and that he
had with Elliot.
Yeah, like back in the day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think it was pretty obvious why Dr. Cox was trying to get out of there. I mean, you can only deal with that so much,
especially for someone like him, just like how he was the whole entire time.
Now that's not an excuse for old heads out there to not try and continue growth into your older life. Continue to try and grow as a person. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I know. Yeah, it's like we don't want to make excuses.
Facts. Yeah. That's just grandpa over there. Yeah. That's just grandpa. No.
Character at all. He was giving old dog Kalen.
Yeah, facts. He was. But yeah, and then I think the season overall, I mean, I thought it was a really great season.
I did too.
I really enjoyed it.
Multiple
have to bring Scrubs back.
Yeah.
Like, we need a season 2 of the revamp.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I feel like I would have switched like Grey's Anatomy and Scrubs.
Oh, wow. No offense. I agree. I honestly agree.
I just feel like I really like the comedic relief aspect of it. I feel like,
true.
Hospital shows can be like so gory and drama and like just like
facts.
Make you just feel really down and like
yeah.
It's very heavy. I mean, Scrubs also deals with really heavy moments and heavy situations.
Yeah, definitely.
But
which are real.
Also, exactly.
Real
like real moments. But they also have more of like the, like coping, like creating those friendships and like bonds and bringing each other out of darkness and things like that. So I really appreciate that aspect of Scrubs as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I haven't I only made it through a single episode of Grey's Anatomy, so I'm safe to say I agree with you. I would definitely have taken multiple seasons of Scrubs, but I feel like this is such a good comeback, and I really hope that they will invest in another season of it.
Me too.
I think that there are so many storylines to play with. I think they did a great job with this new set of interns.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think they did a good job casting these people, and like you said, like you're starting to see those same sort of bonds form, which is so similar to what we saw in the original Scrubs.
Yeah, I feel like I love that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they didn't bring it back and try to like change everything and make it like
Facts.
I feel like that was what everyone liked about the original Scrubs.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's what they lost when they tried to do the university spinoff. They lost a lot of that like wholesomeness.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with that. And I mean, with the new season, I feel like they should just really continue in the hospital setting.
Yes, definitely.
They definitely shine in that element. Turk and JD. I mean, you see them in commercials together, the original show together. Yeah. They're just a fantastic duo. Like even now, like later on in their careers as actors, like they still just bounce off each other really well.
Yeah, really well. I mean, they do commercials and everything.
I know.
Together.
Yeah, exactly.
So safe to say they're still like friends.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. And then like we were talking about, like the show is also, I would say now, maybe like it does kind of hit a little bit more with those like emotional moments as well. Like they really talked about like grief and dealt with certain situations, especially with like the season finale with like Dr. Cox being the person who's like getting sick,
dealing with his mortality.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, there was definitely like heavy moments in the show as well, and like you said, like I love the element of like the comedic relief that kind of it allows you to pull out of that, because having been myself in those situations, in those hospitals. Like, it is very heavy, you know, and I don't necessarily want to relive that while I'm watching something. So it is nice when there is some comedy that can help pull you back away from like your own grief triggers and stuff like that. Because it was just like a really sad like moment in the show. But yeah, I think overall, like, 9 episodes, it wasn't enough. I need more Scrubs.
Like,
I need more Scrubs. I know, yeah.
It's like the same thing we say about Abbott.
Yeah, true. And they did give us a longer season.
I know.
But still, yeah. We need more episodes. We need more.
Because you could do, I love the like sitcom shows because you can do so much with them. Like, you don't have to have one storyline that you're following the whole time. Like, everything can be different, and I feel like that keeps you interested.
True.
Yeah, like, all right, what are they gonna do this time? It's not like the same thing over
and here's the thing, they teed up a lot of good storylines as well. Now JD has beef with the janitor's son. They brought back the janitor element, which was a huge beef JD dealt with in the original show, and now he has to deal with the next generation.
And him and the janitor's son were so close.
I know, they were doing hugs.
They were secret hugging, telling each other, you got this.
You got this. Yeah.
And then, oh my God. And then now he's like, oh, now so it is think beef. It's nepotism.
Yeah. So, like, that's a great storyline. Like, there's so much,
funny.
You know, I feel like you can still do with JD and Turk.
Yeah,
you know, the interns will only be in their second year.
Yeah.
So
I also really love, like, JD and Carla's relationship as well.
True, yeah. Because, again, really I really like how they are talking about some real things, you know? Like, they really, like, dove in deep with Carla's, like, menopause that she was going through, and, like, JD being there to support her through that. And trying to like actually understand like what was going on with her. And and that's just like real, like that's real life. So yeah,
they do touch on like a lot of very real elements.
Facts. Now, ice cream in the morgue though, I'm gonna be honest, that there might be some
it too far.
And you see what I'm saying? Like, that's where you get the comedic relief, because it's just like, bro, no way you're doing that. No way you're pulling ice cream out of these morgue fridges, bro. But he did. And they had it.
They did have their ice cream in the morgue hangouts. Yeah.
God, that's morbid. But anyway, it was funny though. It was a good dark humor. But in the same sense of that, there was still like a level of realness to it, because they were doing it because of Carla's menopause, because she was feeling hot and overheated during the day, doing what she needed to do. So being in a cool environment was really cool. I just think great season. What a great comeback for Scrubs. Absolutely. I would love to see more. I need more episodes. Inject more episodes. 9 is not enough. JD, whoever the person is pulling the strings, run us our episodes. More. Please. More. At least 9 more. Double it.
Yeah.
Double it and give it to us.
20 episodes per season.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with
that. So anyway, so those are our thoughts on the new season of Scrubs.
If you made it this far,
thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.